Welcome to Fanatical, where fanatics get together and discuss the topics of the weekend that just happened in college football. I am a huge Alabama fanatic and one of the co-hosts of this show, and today I am with a friend of mine, Bama Hater. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're actually friends when we're not competitors on the football field. Welcome, Bama Hater,
Appreciate
to Fanatical.
Hey, man, it's good to be here with you, Legend, man. You know, like you said, it's all in good fun, man. When, you know, we talk about football, sports, or anything about life, it's just fun, man. To be here with you, we've come a long way from calling into these radio shows and fussing at these hosts of these shows, and now here we are. Somebody can get to fuss at us.
Man, that's awesome, man. The whole thing about Fanaticals is every week fanatics will come on here, me and JK, no two big fanatics in the world at us, and we will discuss topics that you, the fan, wants to hear from the fan. So here we go this week. This is how this will work. I will read a topic, and I will give my co-host the option to either talk about it or allow me to talk about it. Once he talks about it, I will talk about it. Then we will discuss it. And if we come to the end of the topic, we will move on to the next topic. The first topic this week, JK.
What we got, baby?
From a fan wants to know about the officiating in the SEC and across college football. They are not happy, baby.
I'm going to pass that to you, baby. I'll go second on this one.
Now, I know you're an official. If you didn't know, J.K. Bama Hater is a basketball official.
That's right.
And back in the day, he would have gave me 3 texts, ladies and gentlemen, for what I'm about to say.
Now, hold on. Let me stop you. I gave you 2 because you out of there in 2, so you wouldn't get 3, so you continue.
Well, the league would have gave me a 3rd one because of what I seen after last night. The officiating in college football, my friend, is in the most pathetic shape of anything in sports today. If you watch that Auburn-Alabama game, Auburn-Georgia game, I'm sorry, Alabama, for even putting you in the same conversation as Auburn. If you watch that Auburn-Georgia game, I never seen a drive where the officials gained every yard in one drive. But at the end of the second quarter, they drove all the way, the officials drove all the way down the field for Georgia and kicked the field goal. I was like, man, get that referee a game ball at halftime, man. Am I wrong, man? The officiating's disgusting in the SEC.
You know, hey, about officiating, man, I'm on the kind of limited to what I can say, but I'm gonna give it a shot, man.
Come on now.
I want to go to the touchdown play. What we fail to realize is at the goal line, man, all you have to do is cross the plane, not the back part of the plane.
The very first part.
So when the ball crosses at any point, it's a touchdown. All of that, he didn't control the ball. He punched it out twice. He punched it out before. I didn't see any of that. All I saw was the ball crossing the plane. Now, can you blame the rest of the game on that? I absolutely don't think so. Because how can you let a team drive down the field almost 100 yards? That doesn't make sense. So you can't just blame it on officials. You got to blame this on coaching and coaching only. So, you know, like I say, man, Auburn has talent. They got as much talent as anybody else. They got access to the portal just like anybody else. So blaming this on the officials partly, but not 100%. That's just my take on the officiating.
Well, I just had to say this right here. It seems to happen to Auburn on a regular basis. If I was an Auburn Tiger fan, and thank God, and I know you thank God too that you didn't wake up an Auburn Tiger fan this morning, but if I was an Auburn Tiger fan, I would think SEC officials are out to get me, man.
Hey, man.
Why does this always happen to Auburn, man? Why does this always happen to Auburn?
I think you got something wrong right there.
Uh-oh.
I am an Auburn fan.
Me out. Oh, you are?
You see this.
It's bad enough you're Miami.
This is what
you're an Auburn fan.
I represent the U. But when Alabama plays Auburn, I'm an Auburn fan. I was a Vanderbilt fan last week.
Hater.
And guess what? I was a Missouri fan yesterday. So.
Yeah, hater. How did that 2 out of 3 ain't bad work out for you?
I don't know nothing about that.
You don't know nothing about that.
I don't know about that song, but
you remember that conversation with Kip Keeper on Saturday?
Let's get to the next topic.
Now, let's finish this up about the officials. Let's grade them. I give you an F, and Greg Sankey, you ought to get a full-time school to help these guys learn the game. What do you give the officials?
I'm going to get officials a C- for yesterday.
Oh, my Lord.
I got to give them a C-, man. Officiating is not an easy job, man. You have to work at it. You have to work at it. You have to work at it. And you have to keep on working at it. So I'm going to give those guys a C-, man.
They need to keep on working at it. Let's go on. What's the next one?
All right.
Your card.
All right, the next topic I got is James Franklin.
So do I get to go or
you want to go or you want me to go?
Let me go. Let me go. They made the right move. Here's the thing. Penn State is a blue blood program, a famous program. I put them right there with Notre Dame, Alabama, the great programs in the history of college football. And if you're paying somebody millions of dollars and you got like a 2-16 record against the top teams in the nation. I mean, what am I paying you for? I mean, what am I paying you for? And then this guy walked away with 40 friggin' million. I mean, come on. The greatest job in the world is a failed college football coach. That's the best job in the whole world.
Hey, man,
they did right to get rid of him. Come on.
I can't disagree with you, man, but let me talk to the athletic director at Penn State.
All right, I got to hear this.
You can hire me for $2 million. My buyout can be $1 million. I can do no worse than James Franklin. James Franklin and Penn State have turned into, I'm going to say they turned into the Mississippi State.
Oh, it ain't that bad now, is it?
Huh?
Is it that bad?
They keep picking them every year. And what do? They keep failing. So I'm going to put them in the same category as the Mississippi States of the SEC in the Big Ten.
That brings up an interesting question. Let me throw this little in. I throw this card away. I was looking through the fans thing. But a big day yesterday for the SEC. Not so much for the Big Ten. Don't you agree? I think the Big Ten kind of took a major step back yesterday, and the SEC kind of might have took a step forward along with the U. Well, let's give you credit. You ain't won an ACC championship in nearly 30 years, but let's give you credit. Let's give you credit.
I can't see. I'm one of those fans, man. When you're telling the truth, I can't argue with the truth.
But ain't no.
When we were up on top, nobody could touch us. They were in the Big East. The Big East was this, was that. But while we were in the Big East, we beat the ACC, the SEC, any conference. Miami was kicking their tail. So, man, it doesn't matter where you're at. But as far as Penn State is concerned, they're failing, man. And you have to put emphasis when a team fails, when they succeed. But right now, year after year, we keep putting these same name brand teams at the top, and they finishing in the middle and towards the bottom, and they're not getting it done. So Franklin, I don't know if he deserves to go, because last year he was in the playoffs, and, half of the season is over with now, and he's out the door. I have no control of that. But, that's just the athletic department.
Here's the thing. I think we got to believe who these coaches are. When we see these guys do the same thing year in and year out, eventually we have to come to a place to say, he just can't get it done. I mean, you have to come to that place. I mean, I'm open for DeBoer to be the greatest thing since Nick Saban. But if he hadn't gotten it done in 3 or 4 years, then mine and his relationship's going to sour at some point. You know what I'm saying? And the Penn State relationship, it had soured. Yeah,
man, I want to give Crystal Ball some credit, man. But at the same time, my TV works. I know what I see on the TV game after game after game. We almost gave the Florida State game away when we had a 4-touchdown lead. We almost gave the Notre Dame game away. These were 2 ranked teams that we could have just demolished. And why didn't we demolish them? We went conservative. We went prevent defense. We let them back in the game. And had Florida State recovered an onside kick, man, we were facing defeat after a 4-touchdown lead. You can't blame that on the talent of the players. You can't blame that on their hustle. That's coaching, man. Just like we gave the game away against Georgia Tech. All you had to do is kneel down. You run the ball and fumble. And here it is, we lose to Georgia Tech and let them drive down the field about 80 yards. That's coaching. That's not the players at all, man. So we got to put the blame on these multi-millionaires instead of these kids. You know what I mean? So I put the blame on the coaches, not the kids.
You know, that goes to what we was talking about earlier today about the bad coaching, how bad coaching has become. I mean, the NFL, it's an epidemic of how bad coaches are. And I mean, if I'm hearing you right, and I think I am, you think you got the best team in the nation. You just don't have the best coach, and you're worried about your coach messing up. Is that what I'm hearing?
You're exactly right. Hey, man, listen. Miami, I don't know if you know it or not. I didn't know it or not, so I'm going to give it to you like I heard it. Miami has only trailed 3-0 this entire season. So that means we've been dominating the whole season. Why are we not number one? Ohio State is number one because they're allowed, so many points, which is great. That means they got a good defense, along with a great offense. I think Miami has the same thing. We're good on this side of the ball, and for once in, 15, 20 years, now I can say we got a decent defense. So at some point, it's not the players, it's the coaches. All teams have talent because of the portal and the transfer portal. These kids are getting big NIL deals. Yes, you have to put some onus on the kids, but man, when you have a lead and you just give a game away, knowing that Miami's trying to get our reputation back from the golden days when we won 5 championships in 9 years. We're trying to get back to that, but we got to get to the playoffs in order for that to happen. And when you throw games away and don't allow your team to make it to the playoffs, I blame all of that on the coaching.
It came back to what I was talking to my brother David Legend about this week. A team is on the verge of greatness when they begin to win the games they are supposed to win. The win Saturday for Alabama, to me, was as big as the Georgia or Vanderbilt game because these are the kind of games that kept you out of the playoffs last year. When you begin to beat the teams you're supposed to, then you are in a place to step forward and take on the role of Warren Sapp, of Ed Reed, of Vinny Testaverde. You're ready to step into them shoes at the U and at Alabama. And hey, we might have the 2 best teams in the nation. That's being for real. That's
hey man, what motivates me? When I kind of get down on my team, it's only because I want them to be the best and where we were. And every time I pull up that Ed Reed halftime speech, man, it just motivates me. I think the team needs to just look at that, get motivated. You got a job to do. You know how the saying goes, you got one job. You're a DB, you're a linebacker, you're a defensive tackle, you got one job. Do your job. Don't put it in the coach's hand. Definitely don't put it in the official's hand. Go out there and do your job, man. We're on the verge of getting back where we need to be, man. Don't screw this up, Crystal Ball. Please, if you see this podcast, please do not screw this up for us this year. Please don't.
And let me just say, Crystal Ball, please screw this up like you do every year. We would appreciate it. I'm counting on you, Crystal Ball. Let's move on to another coach, Kirby Smart. Let's get your opinion on Kirby and the so-called
I want this
out the other night that happened in the Auburn game.
Let me get Kirby Smart. I don't want you to.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me get my thoughts again. When you started messing in Miami, I started sweating tremendously over here anyway. So go ahead and help me out while I get my thoughts
Kirby Smart, man. We're not going to start with yesterday. I want to start all of these games where he gave Alabama a W.
What?
Double-digit leads at halftime in multiple games. And for some strange reason, what was working in the first half, I'm going to go away from it. I'm going to allow them to win this game. I don't know if it was because he was an ex-coach at Alabama. I don't know what it was, but you lose the game every single time. It just went away from what you were doing in the first half. It doesn't make sense. And I keep talking to my friends in my sports group, man, my coworkers. I'm like, man, when you see the games on TV, don't it seem like Kirby Smart, he coached different when he plays Alabama opposed to any other team? Why? Why is that? I don't know. Maybe you know. You're an Alabama fan.
I think you already know as a basketball official, you have seen schools that had other teams' number, and that you've seen schools psychologically that had an advantage over an opponent they were playing because they had so dominated them in past games that they had played. This is psychological. When we step on the field against Kirby, he turns into Jared Frost or something, a coach. You know,
I agree.
Mike,
you know what?
Mike DeBose or somebody he turns into.
I agree with you to some extent. Some teams, they do have other teams' number. But, man, when you are ahead by double digits, you should put your foot on team's neck and get it over with. Now, let me fast forward to yesterday.
Yeah, that was interesting.
I'm going to say this as nice as I can.
Time out. Time out.
Kirby, you showed no class at all yesterday. And once you ran down the field and claimed that you were clapping, I've never seen anybody clap like this in my life. This is clapping. This is not clapping. This is timeout. And when you gave the explanation to the ref,
that's clapping in Georgia.
I want to know, how did you get another 25 seconds after the play clock was at 1 because you were clapping? I thought that was classless, man. That's just my personal opinion. If you have to go to such means to win a football game, what does that say about your coaching? Is it you being smart, you being slick, or you're just not showing good sportsmanship? In my opinion, it's the latter. You're not showing good sportsmanship. If you're calling timeout, call timeout. He wasn't calling timeout. That's clear as day. You don't have to run the film back. The guy was doing this. That's timeout. You was at 1 second. If clapping, what Kirby Smart said, if that was the problem, what about the other 90,000 people that were clapping in the stands? I don't get it, man. It's just bad sportsmanship to me. That's what I think about Kirby.
Well, I'm not that I'm going to take up for Georgia or Kirby Smart. Don't get me wrong. You know, I enjoy beating Kirby and Georgia on a regular basis, so I enjoy that. But I will say this. I don't mind a coach getting any advantage that he can get. If he can sneak a false ref out there or get a 12th player on the field. I come from the school, you win it. I know you see it as bad sportsmanship.
I agree.
Win it any way you can win it.
I agree.
I want to the ref, I'll trick you, man.
I want to ask you this. What's so different from what Kirby Smart did to what the team did when they ran the guy to the sideline and ran a free play and got a touchdown? What is so different about that?
Both against Auburn, by the way.
Hey, man, it's the same thing to me.
What is it about Auburn? Let me ask you something. When Arnold stuck the football out there and the referees ran down there and had to look at it for 10 minutes, you don't think the SEC offices in Birmingham was saying, well, it's Auburn, you know, in Georgia. Let's give this one to Georgia. I mean, it's just Auburn.
Yeah, man.
Do you think they would have did that to Alabama?
No.
You think if Alabama stuck that football out there, it would have been
a touchdown?
It would have been a touchdown.
And they probably wouldn't have reviewed it.
Wouldn't have looked at it. Wouldn't have been no need of it.
Hey, man, let's go to the next.
Let's go to the next one. Go ahead, man.
I got a fan that wants to know about bad coaching.
Well, we kind of touched on it. You want me to go?
Bad,
you want to go?
Yeah, you go first this time.
Yeah, I'm just disgusted with it. I grew up in the days of Shula and Lombardi, man, and Saban, and just seems like there's not many great coaches left. Everybody says Kirby. Everybody says the Shark. Maybe them guys are good, man, but we don't have no more great coaches. I heard a coach say the other day, the chart told him to go for it. That's where we're at with football now. Coaches making $10 million a year can't even make a decision. They had to say, well, it's 33, coach. The chart tells us that 60% of the time this play works. All right, let's go with that one right there. I mean, come on, it's over, man. The great minds of, it's over, man. The Bears, the Saban, it's over. It's just bad, man, especially in the NFL. The NFL is horrible outside of one or two.
When I see coaches on the sideline with the clipboards or whatever in their face, I don't know if they're looking at plays. I don't know if they're looking at the Waffle House menu where they, I want scatter, smother, cover, dice, chunk. What? I don't get it, man. And I'm going to tell you about a couple coaches. Dabo. What's wrong with Dabo? Dabo, what's wrong? Where have you been? Where have you gone? What's the guy that our
Joe DiMaggio, where have you gone? Dabo, where have you gone?
Fahrenheit 451, I don't know what his name is. I'm pissed at him because every time I'm looking at Iowa on the screen, I'm trying to figure out why is the Pittsburgh Steelers losing to Iowa? The same uniform. I think I'm watching the Steelers. Why has he been there 100 years? They're not going to win a championship. They're not going to the playoffs. Why does he still have a job, man? I don't get it, man. And I'm going to put my coach in it once again. When Cristobal came to Miami, the first thing that he did that I didn't agree with, he took the turnover chain away. Why would you take what the kids love to do after they make a great play on the sideline, not on the field, on the sideline? Why would you take that away? I didn't like that about Cristobal. On top of, I don't like how he give games away. I don't like his play calling. And for once, let me get this out to the universe. Maybe somebody in Miami will see this. Get this message to Cristobal. Let me talk to Cristobal. Running the ball up the middle on first down, second down, and third down. You're not fooling the defense. We need to pass the ball. That's our strength. What do you get out of running the ball up the middle if it's not gaining yards? Negative yards. That's what you're getting. And you're getting us an L on down the line somewhere because it's not going to work, man. I don't understand. These coaches get millions upon millions of dollars to make dumb decisions. And then when the decision that they make gets so outrageous and they're losing too many games, they get rewarded with more millions of dollars to go home. I don't get it, man. I'm for hire.
You know, and I don't understand. You take Hugh Freeze. I mean, the guy's ahead 10-0 at the 1 yard line, and they show him on TV, and it looks like somebody just stole his dog in his pickup truck and went down the road with it and no plan. I mean, the guy looks defeated.
Hold on, Leslie. Wait.
I mean, what?
Before they hired Hugh Freeze, wasn't Hugh Freeze an offensive genius? Didn't he beat Bama?
Oh, well, he was an offensive genius that one night.
Come on, man. They hired him because he was an offensive genius. Where has that gone?
Man, that Auburn offense is pathetic. That's where it's gone. That's
man,
where it's
I
gone.
don't think it's, in that sense, I don't think it's pathetic. You got
what would you call it?
You got a
15 yards
listen, man,
in the second half?
You have a decent running back. You got a quarterback with wheels. You got one of the top wide receivers in college football that probably going first round when he comes out. Why do you lack in offense? You have a good defense in Auburn. What is wrong with the offense? It's the play calling. It's not the players, man. It's the play calling. They have talent. You're going to find out in November.
Oh, don't even go there.
I'm telling you, man.
Don't even go there.
You're going to find out.
No, the Auburn ain't beating Alabama.
It has to be the play calling. It's not the players, man. You just keep watching. It's the play. It's the play
Jordan Hare Stadium is the pet cemetery of the SEC. You know, the first lady had to go down there from the starting lineup. You know, we know the first lady and Kip on the starting line on the game time on Jocks. The first lady had to go down there to exercise the demons. I mean, it's the pet cemetery, but it has turned on Auburn. Auburn can't even win down there no more. The hoodoo, the voodoo has turned in on the Freeze. Let's go on to the last one. Anyway, Alabama, let's finish up right here. Alabama, let's hear your opinion. You remember, we wasn't going anywhere this year.
Right,
we wasn't going anywhere this year. Let's get your opinion now on Alabama.
I'm going to start this one off.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear this.
But I'm going to start the next topic off. I'm gonna start this one off. Let me give you my honest assessment of Alabama.
Yeah, here it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Alabama will never be without talent. That goes without saying.
Hey, man.
They're gonna have the top 5 recruiting class probably every year.
Hey, man.
Now, let me give you my other assessment.
Uh-oh.
Alabama fans, man, they are the 92% of the reason why I don't like Alabama. And I'm going to tell you why.
Ain't I a good fella? I'm a good man. Yeah,
I'm going to let you talk.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
When they win, they're the best thing since apple pie. When they lose, they blow the machine up. It just blows up because you're going to get this excuse, you're going to get that excuse. I'm going to be real about Alabama. Ty Simpson fooled me.
There we go.
He's much better than I thought.
Me too.
He's much better than I thought. I got to admit it.
Me too.
But I still see flaws in Alabama.
I do too.
As in every team, and my team too.
Yep.
But you can't, how can I put this? You can't want credit for every W, but you don't want any criticism for an L. Case in point, Florida State. We beat Georgia, like last year. We beat Georgia. Hey, celebrate with us. We beat Georgia. But nothing about the Vanderbilt loss last year. Fast forward to this year. We beat Georgia. We beat 3 top-ranked teams in a row. But you lost to Florida State. Florida State got beat by 2 unranked teams. That got to say something about Alabama, too. You lost to a team that can't beat 2 unranked teams, and you lost to that team when they were unranked. So if you talk about eye test, what we see on the TV, and you talk about the body of work, you have to include everything, not just the W. You got to include the L's as well.
Well, I'll say this about Alabama. They fooled me, too. Because after the Florida State game, man, I was about ready to pack up and go to Canada. It was over for the year. I thought, man, it was over. It's gone. It's history. But DeBoer surprised me. And I got to go meet DeBoer in person. And I can tell you something, DeBoer, he surprises you in person. He really demands the room when he walks in. I'm talking about John Wayne Clint Eastwood demand the room, fella, now. But when he puts that black hoodie on, the Johnny Cash comes out of that man. The Johnny Cash comes out when the black hoodie goes on, ladies and gentlemen. And he has swore to the Alabama nation that he will not stop wearing that black hoodie, and I believe it. I believe it.
Is it a violin on this? I see a lot of guitar, but I don't know. I got 2 drum sounds. I got about 20. Man, listen.
Oh, we're about to rock
it. Listen.
We're about to rock it.
To the audience, this is the same guy. This guy right here. He wanted DeBoer fired after Florida State. We want DeBoer fired.
Go on.
The OC, he got to go. The DC, we got to fire him.
It should have never been there.
While we got all those, let's get Big Al and the cheerleaders too. They wanted everybody out of there when they lost to Florida State. Now they have reunited, and it feels so good.
Reunited.
Come on, man.
And it feels so good.
Keep celebrating, man, but you know what?
Well, I mean, you got to come to your senses. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you something.
Come on, baby.
You know, I was watching the Yankee podcast this week. You know, I get great joy in watching the New York Yankees lose. And their fans, they want to fire Brian Cashman, and they want to fire Aaron Boone. They want to run them out of town and set them on fire. Get rid of these bums. You don't think them are Yankee fans? If you ask one of them Yankee fans, you ain't a Yankee fan. Do you think one of them Yankee fans would tell you, man, you go to hell. I'm a Yankee fan all day long. I'm a Yankee fan. Now, you know, in Alabama, we don't expect to lose, and we get upset when we lose.
Listen to me, man.
That's part of who we are. That don't mean we don't love our team. That don't mean nothing,
hey, man. Even with baseball.
Most of the time, it is a rap
I'm going to come in on baseball, and we're going to get back to our top 5. We're going to end this.
All right,
let me talk about baseball. I don't care anything about the Yankees.
Yeah, I don't.
Not one iota.
Thank you.
My favorite team of all time is the Oakland A's, and they hadn't done anything since the Hurricanes.
That's true.
So I'm rooting for 2 past winners that are not winning. You know, we were winning right now, but the A's, they're still not doing it.
You're living in 1990.
So, yeah, man. So we going to finish about football.
Okay,
let's go with our top 5. I want you to give me yours first.
All right. Number 1, Alabama. I feel like they're the best team in the country, and I'm just not saying that. I feel every team's got flaws, but what Alabama has is playmakers and the ability on defense to turn you over. I like Alabama 1, Ohio State 2. I like Ohio State. I go with Ohio State. I know you don't like that call, but I'll go with Ohio State at 2. I feel like they still are showing as the former national champion. They got to be recognized high. 3, I'll go with the U. Now, I like the U, and I think y'all can win a national championship. Robert Bain is the best defensive end in the nation. Y'all have come light years defensively, and I really like what y'all have done. But you have convinced me that somewhere down the line, Crystal Ball is going to fumble it. He's going to break the ball. We're counting on you, Crystal Ball. We're counting on you. The 4th team, I'll give it to Indiana. Look what they done to Oregon, baby. Look what I said all years these guys were fake, but I seen a real team there yesterday in Oregon. I give them the 4th, the 5th spot. I'm just going to be real. I think Texas A&M is a juggernaut. I don't know if you've been watching this team this year, but on the lines, their offensive line are all got like 800 starts between them. I mean, they got Moss at running back, Reed at quarterback. They are dangerous. Those are my top 5. But number 1, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know who it is.
All right, now that we got that out the way, let me give you my top 5. And I'm going to give you reasons behind mine.
I gave you reasons.
I'm going to go with Ohio State at number 1.
Uh-oh, that's a shocker.
Not because they were ranked this high preseason, but in 6 games, they've allowed, less than 50 points? That's less than a touchdown a game, so you got to give them credit for that.
They're pretty good.
Number 2, and at a solid number 2, I should call them 1A, is this the U, baby.
The U.
We're loaded on both sides of the ball. You can't push us around on offense. You can't push us around on defense. We got a seasoned quarterback from Georgia. He's seasoned. He's been in the big games. We got a running game. We got wide receivers. Man, the defense is solid. So if we're solid on both sides of the ball and we've beaten 3 ranked teams, that says a lot about us. And let me go to number 3. My number 3 team is Texas A&M. I love good, high-powered offense. They have it. They can score in bunches. I mean, quick. Hey, I got Texas A&M at a solid number 3, man. You can't leave Indiana out. I'm going to put them at number 4. They beat the number 4 team in Oregon yesterday.
In Oregon.
At their place. You got to give them credit.
Huge
so
win.
From that win yesterday, we know last year wasn't a fluke. So I'm going to put them in at number 4 and then round out to number 5. And I hate to keep doing what the media and the coaches poll and the so-called experts just flooding everything with SEC. I'm going to put old Lane Kiffin in at number 5 with Ole Miss.
That's fair.
Once again, I love high-powered offense. They say defense wins championships, but you better have some offense that scores some touchdowns. And I think they have that, so that's my top 5, man.
All right, this is the first episode ever of Fanatical. I am the Legend. This is JK. I hope you have enjoyed it. Hey, our message to everybody is, regardless of which team you pull for at the end of the day, it's just sports.
It's all sport, baby. The U and the U of A that's dead, buried, and gone, baby. See you shaking on that. He agrees with me.
Hey, the greatest and the used to be. Hey, come back next week and see us again right here in the Fanatical universe. It's crazy, baby.
Peace.